You're listening to Jazz After 9. I'm Neil Colligan, and it is that time of year for the Optimist International Band Festival. It's the 40th anniversary of the festival, and Classic 107 is very proud to be a sponsor this year. Joining me in studio tonight to talk about the jazz portion of the band festival. It's almost been there since the beginning, and Bill Christensen is here to tell me about that. He is the festival chair. And Bill, thank you very much for joining me on Jazz After 9.
Oh, real pleasure to be here.
Okay. Can you tell me about some of the history of the program?
Well, I think the band festival is, as I say, going on for about 40 years. And the jazz, I think maybe even the first year, if not the second, it's been an integral part of the festival. This year we got about 62 bands, and there's been many years where we've had, that number. Over the years, it's evolved a little bit. It was a little more of a competitive thing when we first got it going, and that was kind of a neat little aspect to it. And now it's kind of evolved into more of a celebration, and along with some adjudication where the kids get some next steps. But we've had just many, many fine young musicians come through and be part of it. Over the years.
And with your experience over the years with the way the festival has sort of evolved over time, you can imagine that for many of the young people who are performing, that in some cases it really is like being up there, maybe not competing against each other, but at least beginning to strut their stuff in front of their peers.
Well, yeah, I think they get to celebrate their music in front of others, and I think that's fantastic. In front of their parents, in front of their peers. In front of the community, and I think they work really hard. And I think if we can just get out there and share that, it's one thing to be in the music room rehearsing, but it's a little more special to get out there and actually share the music and give the musical gift to someone. You think about the idea of people being gifted musically, but it's really a gift that you give, and you share those musical experiences with others. You share those emotional things with others through all the things you've done, and it's nice to get out there and actually be able to do that. And that's pretty much the focus.
Okay. Well, Greg Crow, you're from Glen Lawn Collegiate, very strong band program there. And what's your experience been with the festival so far?
It's fantastic. I love going to the festival. The main reason why I love going is to get the expertise of the clinicians that the MBA brings in, and the pointers that they share with our students that we can then take back into the classroom and try to make them work for other repertoire and the repertoire that we're currently working on.
Do you think it just kind of raises the standard?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole reason why we want to go, is to try and take ourselves to the next level. There's no finish line in music, so we try to just continue to reach higher and higher, and getting the expertise from these clinicians certainly does help.
Okay, well, I'm going to bring somebody else in. J.C. Forsyth, you play trumpet at Glen Lawn. You're the person who's up there on the stage. You're the person who's looking out at that audience. And, what are you feeling, or what are you looking forward to as things develop?
My favorite part about the festival is getting the feedback from somebody who has a little bit more expertise than a student, well, a lot more. As a student, I always want to keep growing and things like that, as Mr. Crow always encourages us to. I have goals, and I set goals for just personally and for my performances and for Optimist. And it's nice to go and meet those goals and then get feedback and make new ones.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I always find fascinating, I've been long involved with the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra, and certainly the WJO has been very supportive of band programs at the high school level. You certainly see some of those bands come out to perform before a WJO concert. For yourself, when you're getting an opportunity to see professionals on stage, what are you thinking about as you look forward in your own sort of development as a trumpet player?
The first thing, especially as a trumpet player, when you hear them play, it's just wow. I love to have something to aspire to. I think I will always have something to aspire to. And when I watch professional players, it is inspiring for sure. And it's just so great to see that somebody puts in the hard work and dedication every day, every week to accomplish what I'm seeing. It's a lot of performance is for the audience, and it's a really nice thing to see that somebody has put in the effort for me to watch or for me to hear.
Okay, well, I know I'm going to put you on the spot here if I say this, but who is your favorite trumpet player?
Well, I really like me some Chet Baker. Also, of course, Miles Davis. I think both of them have kind of just, especially in their soloing, a more smooth and calming style that I really like, and I try to bring out when I solo.
Okay. Well, I want to bring Greg back in for a second here. Thank you very much, JC. With the students that you've seen over time, is there something in that that is now naturally some people expect people to go on to a career in music. That doesn't always happen.
No.
What is it about the band program that allows people to develop as a person?
Well, I think teaching music is, I like to think of myself more as a teacher of music as opposed to a music teacher, because I think the subject matter allows us to learn about who we are and about the world and how we fit into that place in the world. And I hope that when the students leave high school, that as the majority of them will not go on to a career in music, but wherever they do wind up, that they've taken something away from the theater, from the band room, from those classes, that give them some experience about what it means to be a part of something bigger, and they can apply that into any other field they choose to go into.
Okay, and certainly that creative energy must have some applications within the adult world as it is.
Absolutely. There's a huge social element to that as well. You know, how do we come together as a team to work and serve one another as well? And you can take that into any workplace, any vocation, any job setting whatsoever. So I feel music education is super important in that respect.
Yeah, and it's always good. I don't originally come from Winnipeg, but when I came to Winnipeg, I noticed the very strong band programs that was at that level of education, and it was quite impressive, that's for sure, because I know in the small town that I came from, there's a bit of that, but not at this level, so it's good to see. Thank you very much. Bill, I want to bring you back in one more time here. With the festival, and now we're in the 40th year, we're looking to the future. What is it, some of the things you'd like to see develop in time?
Well, I think we want to make it as accessible for schools and students to be part of and to continue to do that. I think we've had some discussions about, as you alluded to in the beginning, do we have some performances of some of the professionals maybe be involved, because it's so much, as JC mentioned, about the mentorship and who you listen to and who you try to emulate. Think about the Clark Terrys, who passed away recently, is talking about learning jazz, you imitate, emulate, and then innovate. Mm-hmm. And I think if we can give the students opportunities to do that, I think that will be something. We also want to look at a little bit about the how we can be a little more accessible to the audience. We may think about the timing that we have in terms of the schedule, et cetera. So we want to make it as accessible for families and for the community to be part of. And on that note, I guess I know this isn't exactly why I'm speaking here today, but I think the involvement of 107 is just fantastic. I mean, there are so many people who have been talking about that and excited about that, because I think the radio station really fosters community. And I think that's very consistent with the goals of the Optimist Festival, that we build a musical community. And so the fact that we're partnering on that, I think, is just tremendous. I know a lot of people have spoken how appreciative they are of the work that we're going to be able to do together over the years.
Okay, well, I'm encouraging people to get out to North Kildonan Mennonite Brethren Church starting on Thursday night. It goes till the 7th. Lots of great music to be had, coming at all different levels. But of course, it's always good to see young, creative energy at work. And so I highly encourage you to get out. Bill, Greg, and JC, thank you very much for joining me tonight on Jazz After 9.
Thank you.